Hi, in this video, I'm going to be explaining some basic concepts of bearing and distance. First, I want to talk about locating the bearing of a point from another given the initial bearing. So here is calculating the bearing of a point from another. Here, I'll take some examples. So here's my first example. It says, the bearing of point A from B is not 36 degrees east. What is the bearing of point B from A? All right, so to answer this question, you make a sketch of the bearing. So the bearing of point A from B. So you always start with the point after the word from. Locate point B with your 4 cardinal points. So here the reference, the most important point is the North Pole. So here is point B. All right, so this point here is point B. I told that the bearing of A from B is 36 degrees east. So let's say this is point A. Excuse me. I have to be straight. All right. So say here is point A. So that this should be 36 degrees. From the North Pole to the line joining A is 36 degrees. All right. So in 3 digits or 3 figure bearing, write 0, 3, 6 degrees. Don't forget that we move in a clockwise direction from the line, from the North Pole of B to the line joining A. So that is the angle, 36 degrees. So I've been able to represent this statement on a diagram. The bearing of A from B is 36 degrees east. Why not 36 degrees east? So this is the northeast region of point B. So what it simply means is that when you're looking at point A from B, you see it at an angle of 36 degrees between the north and the eastern region of B. Now, the question is, what is the bearing of point B from A? So what is the bearing of point B looking at it from A? We are at point B. What angle will you see B looking at it from A? So in that sense, we want to calculate the angle from the north pole of A to the line joining B. So that will be the bearing of point B from A. Does that make any sense? That will be the bearing of point B from A, the north pole of A to the line joining B. So don't forget, here is the north pole of A. So how do we go about answering that question? Now, if you check this out, you observe or you agree with me that this angle over here and this angle are equal. So they are equal. Why? Because they are alternate angles. So the angle here, this 36, and this other angle here are equal. So if this is 36, that means here is also 36 degrees. All right. And we know already before now that the angle between the North Pole to the South Pole, that is the angle from the North Pole to the South Pole, is 180 degrees. So since this from the north to south is 180 degrees, and from the south to the line joining B is 36 degrees, you can go ahead and say, therefore, the bearing, therefore, the bearing of B from A is equal to, the bearing of B from A is equal to 36 degrees, is equal to 36 degrees plus 180 degrees. Are you with me? 36, we have to add 36 to 180. Why? Because the smaller angle between the South Pole and the line joining B is 36, and the angle from the North Pole of A to the South Pole is 180. Okay, when you add up those angles, you get 216 degrees. So that means the bearing of point A from the bearing of point B from A is 216 degrees. I hope this example is clear enough and very simple. All right, let's look at example number 2. Number 2 says calculate the bearing of point X from Y. If the bearing of Y from X is 124. Already this angle, this bearing is given in 3-figure bearing or 3 digits bearing. So don't forget I said that you always locate the point that comes immediately after from. That's the point to locate first. So if the bearing of X from Y is, bearing of Y from X is 124. So we start with this X because it's the point that comes immediately after the word from. So, and where you're going to locate your X depends on the angle given. So 124 falls in the southwest, so falls in the southeast region of X. So therefore you can bring your hand a bit, take it up a bit so that you can locate, that you can locate the points, the bearing. So just indicate the north pole of that point X. So here is my point X. So let's locate 124 degrees. Let's say 124 degrees is somewhere around this region. So where the line stops is where you're going to indicate for the point Y. So that is my point Y. All right. So that means the angle between the angle which is 124 is that angle that runs from the north pole of X down to the line joining Y. So this angle is 124 degrees. Is that taken? All right. So we've been able to successfully represent that statement in diagram. Okay, or we represent the statement as a diagram, in a diagram. So next, we go further to look at the question again. It says calculate the bearing of point X from Y. So what we have here now is the bearing of Y from X. That is, what position is Y located looking at it from X? What angle is Y from X? So Y is located at the bearing of 124 degrees from X. When you move from the north pole of X to the line that joins Y, that angle is 124. So now what is the angle when you move from the north pole of Y to the line joining X? That is the bearing of X from Y. What is the magnitude of this angle? So the magnitude of that angle will be the north pole, the bearing of X from Y. To answer that question, now we need to get the value, we need to calculate the value of this small angle over here first. Then whatever that value is, we're going to add it up to 270y, because from the west pole of Y to the north pole of Y, or from the north pole of Y to the west pole of Y is 270 degrees. Are you following me? Okay, now since we know that is 270 degrees, it means the only value we need to calculate before we answer our question completely is the angle, the magnitude of this angle. Now guess what? Do you know how to solve for that angle? Beautiful, nice thought. I know you are smart enough. Now, how do we go about solving for the angle? Since you know, looking at X, since you know the magnitude of the angle between the north pole of X to the west pole of X, since you know it to be 90 degrees, all right, that is right angle is 90 degrees, and we are given the angle from the north pole to the line joining Y. Now it means all we need to do to solve for this smaller angle here is to subtract 90 from 124. So from 124, and when we subtract 90 from 124, the answer we get is 34. It means this smaller angle here the magnitude of that angle is 34. Now, of course, looking at comparing those 2 points, you see here clearly that this angle over here is alternate to this angle. Therefore, this angle is also 34 degrees. I hope my explanation is not too rough. I hope you're following. Good. So now that we've gotten the angle as 34, so what do we do to answer our question? So add up, like I said earlier, you add 34 to 227. 24 degrees plus 270 rather, 34 plus 270 degrees, that will be 304. 304 degrees. So therefore, we say that the bearing of points X from Y is 304 degrees. Is that taken? All right, let me write the statement down for you to see. Let me write the statement, the final conclusion. So we say, therefore, bearing of X from Y, the bearing of X from Y is equal to 304 degrees. Is that taken? All right, so that is very, very simple. Very simple. So please take note and make sure you understand it. Now, finally, let's look at example 3. It says P is a point due north of Q. What is the bearing of Q from P? All right, so let's see how that diagram will look like. Just get a straight line. Excuse me, let me make use of my black ink instead of the white, the red ink. Let's make a straight line. Then let's just put the cross over here and over here. So, so here's the north pole. My line is too thick. Let me reduce the thickness. So here is the north pole of the point. Let's say north. That is the north. So we say P is a point due north of Q. So it means here is the point Q and here is the point P. So P is located somewhere around the northern pole of Q. Now, what is the bearing of Q from P? Of course, if P is at the northern pole of Q, or if P is located due north of Q, it means Q is located due south of P. So I hope that was clear. So here is the southern pole of P, and you can see that if you want to get the position where Q is located, looking at it from P, you see that Q is located at the northern pole of Q. So we say Q, the bearing of Q from P is due south. Is that okay? It's due south. So, and that is the solution to the problem. It's very, very simple. So I believe you understand and you enjoyed this video. So I would like you to please stay tuned, because we're making a part 2 of this topic, and there will be other parts where we solve more complex problems. So do enjoy yourself, and please remember to keep staying safe. Thank you, and God bless you.